Welcome back. It's time for us to go meet the inspection team. Should be quite interesting. There's a few high-up characters. Wonder what's going on in this room, though. The door is locked. We'll kick it in. Jeez. Anyway, green-haired security guy. You're Class 7 and Miss Tita Russell, correct? Yes, that's right. This is Governor Ragnitz and Chairman Arena's room. Yes. They're expecting you. Please go in. Alright, pardon us. I wonder what Elisa's mother is like. Probably exactly what you'd expect her to be like. Quite stern, but strangely caring in her own way.
Ah, welcome! Sorry to call for you like this. I'm sure you're busy with security matters.
Oh yes, security matters. We're totally on board that, yep.
No, it's fine. I'm glad for the chance to talk. It's good to see you again, Governor Ragnitz and Chairman Arena. I see Sharon is with you too.
Thanks to you, I was able to promptly meet with the chairman. I'm glad to see you all were able to safely complete your duties for the day.
I've heard about what you've been doing for your special ops missions. Thank you for your assistance. So you're the new Class 7? And you are Professor Erica's daughter?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You know my mother?
I met her when I went to Ouroboros with my father many years ago. We still keep in touch, even if she spends most of her letters gushing about you.
Mother.
Does sound like a typical mother.
Nice to see you again, Governor Ragnitz.
I believe the last time was at Corel Imperial Villa.
Yeah, probably under very different circumstances.
But now you're one of Rean's students? This sure is an interesting class.
Indeed.
I heard you met with Machias and Elisa earlier?
Yeah, thankfully. Elisa delivered Orbital bikes and new equipment for the Dareflinger.
I see. Here, have a seat. Sharon, some tea for our guests.
Certainly.
Oh, it sounds lovely, doesn't it? Ding, ding. The new Empire's 8 metropolis plan. The what? What? Yes, currently Ordis, Boreahard, Roas, and Ark and Heimdall are the 5 biggest cities in the Empire. We plan to add Uri in the northwest. Haliask? I can't remember hearing of Haliask, to be honest. That's odd. Haliask in the north, and Crossbell City to them to create the core of the new Empire.
Let's go.
There will be a speech explaining the particulars tomorrow at the Crossbell Legislature. That's what they've been planning? Could you give us a quick overview? There are a few elements to it, but the most notable is the new tax plan. I mean, I did kind of suspect this is where that was going, considering they were getting all the records, etc. of the businesses around the place. Currently, Erebonian tax rates differ by region. Under this plan, all 8 cities would have the same tax laws and rates as Heimdall. Now, is that good or bad? Good in terms of the whole empire working under one system, etc., but how's that going to affect the different regions? That's good, right? Yeah, it can be. It depends how, but I've heard Crossbow's taxes have been higher since the annexation. Yes, at the places where it's higher, it's going to get lower, I assume, because that would make sense, which would be good. That'd be good for those areas, but there's probably going to be places where it's lower and it's going to get higher, and that's going to cause problems. Yes, different tax rates are a hassle when doing business across regions. The ultimate plan is to have a single tax rate for the entire empire. Makes sense. Just like Liberl, for example. That's right, taxes are pretty much the same wherever you go in Liberl. Seems like a logical plan. But that's Going to be a big change for the nobles who live off their province's taxes. Yeah. I have no doubt there will be many obstacles going forward. But we plan to discuss all those at the legislature tomorrow. Just so you know, Crossbell will benefit greatly from having the same taxes as Heimdall. Really? Excuse me, but you'll be talking to Speaker McDowell about this, right? Yes, that was the plan, but it may not be that easy. Apparently, he won't be at the dinner tonight. I'm a little concerned about him. I see. I wonder if he's ill. That is a little worrying. I haven't heard anything about Speaker McDowell either. I'm sure he has much to think on, though. Chancellor Osborne and Governor General Rufus's plans, for one. We all have our respective reasons for coming to Crossbell. I was originally planning on coming here on my own, separately from the inspection team. I'm sure the same could be said of the Prince and the Princess. So all of this, including the visit from the Pantagruel, is the doing of the Imperial government and the Governor General? Which means our field exercises being in Crossbell are also... Even the railway cannons being deployed here. Ah. So you saw them. The new... Dragunov? We'll go with Dragunov. Dragunov class railway cannons. One of my main reasons, for my visit was to oversee their deployment. Dragunov class? But why? Chairman Arena, would you explain to us just what those things are capable of? Master Rean. Very well. I'll tell you what we can announce publicly right now. Dragunov class railway guns are the newest model. They're the official successor to the ones installed at the fortress. I can't go into specifics, but suffice to say they maintain the firepower of the old models while drastically increasing their mobility. Well, if you wanted to increase mobility, could you not have them essentially attached to airships? Although the issue would then arise, obviously, would be recoil, which could then just make the airship fly out of the sky, which would not be good. So I'm assuming you can sort of move them to a location and then mount them to the ground. That's probably the reason, but they may be looking into it. By making use of detour rails, they can be used at any point along the rails. See, if it was an airship, it'd be perfect. They could even be moved along the transcontinental railroad, for example. I'm just thinking, like, with, like, obviously they're weapons of mass destruction. It's like, I know that several countries around the world, I've mentioned this in other videos, have their nukes stationed in bases underground and stuff like that. They can launch them from like several different locations across their countries. Whereas the UK system is, our nuclear weapons are in submarines somewhere. Yep, somewhere. No one knows where they are. No one knows where they are. Well, some people know where they are, obviously. And it's just a simple case of like, yeah, we can launch them anywhere because our submarines are somewhere out there with nukes on. Yep. Weapons of mass destruction, comparable to the ones at the fortress. Haven't seen them in person, but reportedly, they're capable of destroying large cities with populations of 100,000 in less than 2 hours. Why would you bring such a thing to Crossbell? Again, because it's the new border. Why was never a concern. I was tasked by the Imperial Army to make them, so I did. That's all. The advisor at your school, Professor Schmidt, helped out as well. What? Yeah, Yuna's gonna be having words with him. Sorry to have betrayed your expectations like this. It really does feel like they're preparing for World War III, though. Well, I say World War III because I'm thinking about us right now because of the nuclear stuff. I assume it'd be a World War I? In that case, a World War. They're preparing for a World War. It's like, mine instantly went to 3 because talking about our nukes, like I said. Anyway, but both Chairman Arena and I were involved with the establishment of the original Class VII. That's one of the reasons we wanted to meet with you today. We wanted you to be aware of both the bright future and the cruel present between the Empire and Crossbell. Governor Regnitz. Our time is nearly up. I believe the Prince and Princess are waiting to speak with you. It wouldn't do to make them wait any longer than necessary. True. Governor Regnitz, Chairman Rean, please excuse us. Yes, I pray your field exercises turn out well. Take care. Farewell, everyone. I'm in no position to comment on anything Chairman Arena said, but... It's alright. She's a tough person, but I know she's fair, too. For the time being, I'll accept her and the Governor's words. Thank you. I will also pray you are able to finish your field exercises safely. The thing is, while I'm suspecting this is gearing up for like a world war, the only issue is it's like, that's just the surface level of what's going on. We know this, that's the surface level of what's going on in this series. So it's like, how would a world war affect everything else going on? Especially the veins. The veins are a key thing in this. Anyway, Yuna, you okay? Can't stay calm right now. But I know those two told us all that without hiding anything. So I'll accept what they said for now. Yuna. Agreed. I have my own concerns about the 8 Metropolis plan. Yeah, we should each think about what we learned tonight. But time is short right now. We should go meet with the Prince and Princess. Yes, they should be in the next room down the hall. Yeah, so interesting information here. I was like, Thank you for your hard work, everyone. The dinner party will begin soon. Please refrain from entering. Double check. Yep. Very well. Right, so, you. Class 7 and Cadet Russell of Thors Branch campus have arrived. Hello. I have orders from Prince Olivert to let you pass. Be mindful of the fact you are meeting with the Imperial Family. Please mind your manners. Understood. Please excuse us. The Imperial Family.
Rean! Welcome, all of you.
Elise, Princess Alphen, good to see you both.
Yes, likewise. If I recall correctly, we haven't seen each other since the end of last year. And Elise... Oh, Elise? It's nothing. Good to see you again, Rean.
Yeah, it's been too long. I heard you became student council president. Is that going well?
Oh, absolutely. Her popularity with the younger students has simply skyrocketed.
See, this is the thing I'm thinking right now. It's like, go give her a hug. It's your sister.
Everyone there relies on her all the time. Perhaps tonight, she can rely on her dearest brother to comfort her?
Indeed.
Your Highness?
I'm glad to see you two are as close as ever.
So these are the princess and Instructor Rean's little sister.
Both of them are so gorgeous. It's like they stepped right out of a dream.
Aha! Welcome, young Rean.
Prince Olivert. It's been a while since I've seen you, too.
I was gonna be like, there he is. But then I was like, hold on a minute. What do you mean? Aha! Like you're announcing you're coming into the room. But you were just over in the corner. What? It's like you weren't paying attention. You were just staring and like turn around like, oh, there he is. I didn't notice anything going on. Where was your mind, Olivert? Where was it?
Indeed. Over a year? Far too long by my reckoning.
I do love this guy, though. And the voice acting. Perfect for him. Absolutely perfect.
Late though it may be, I'd like to congratulate you on graduating. I'd also like to thank you for lending your aid to the branch campus.
I think it's a case of out of all the voice actors in this, this was the best choice. This is the best performance.
I'm not worthy of those words.
Not knocking the rest, by the way. The rest are like really good. But Olivert, there's just something about it. It's just really spot on.
You've done a lot for me too, Your Highness. You and Toval. let me thank you on behalf of all my classmates who aren't here today.
Oh, that little parlor trick I did for you. Think nothing of it.
I think the best way of describing it is like, obviously I notice stuff with voice actors and stuff these days a lot, for obvious reasons. And there's certain actors I spot here and there in certain games that I feel like rise above other people. And not in like a disparaging way, sort of like they go above and beyond and they stand out and you really appreciate the work they do, sort of thing. And it should be acknowledged. It should definitely be acknowledged when you feel like this person's done a fantastic job. And here, definitely.
I guess the old Class 7 has a lot going on. He's pretty charismatic. Just what I'd expect from a prince.
It is very charismatic. Again, voice acting perfect for it.
I'd hesitate to call him a typical prince.
It's fair.
So we have the new Class 7 and my very own little comrade in arms. It's good to see you again, Kurt. But, Tita, has it truly been 3 years? Well, perhaps I should play you a song to mark this joyous reunion of friends long apart.
I think we'll pass. Besides, I'm sure you don't have much time before the dinner.
I'm glad to see you're the same as ever.
It is a pleasure to see you again too, Your Majesty.
Wait, what?
I've heard rumors about the kind of person he is. They appear to have all been true.
You know, like while this is all going on, I'm just thinking to myself, where the hell did he pull that from? Like, does he have like some pocket dimension in his pocket? What?
Dear Oliver, can't you see the new people are overwhelmed by your charms?
I wouldn't say we're overwhelmed. We are loving this. It's such a good character. He really is.
Please, have a seat, everyone.
It's just that sort of like, if I'm thinking like, who are my favourite characters in this series, Prince Oliver is probably number one at this point, because he's just so good. He's such a character, he stands out, the voice acting is perfect. I haven't actually mentioned who it is, has I? It's Mercer, Matthew Mercer. Fantastic work for Prince Oliver. It's one of those voice actors that stand out, like I said. It's like, there's certain ones that I really appreciate these days, where it's like, I want to see and hear more of their stuff. So we've got like Mercer, like Lindbeck, obviously Sarah and Williams. It's like, I mean, following Sarah's stuff because I really, really, really liked her stuff led to certain events happening in my life. That's interesting, how that happened. So I said Lindbeck. It's like Kaylee, been following Kaylee's stuff as well. Like, she's really good. Who else? Obviously Troy Baker, Laura Bailey, but they've moved on to bigger things these days. It's like, those type of people, they stand out. And you really appreciate what they're bringing to their performances, and they make the characters bigger and better, and it's very much appreciated, and it should be called out every so often, so that's what I'm doing right now. So, yes, well done, Mercer. Well done. Did I read that? I don't know. Anyway, that last time we were together, Tita, was during the incident in LaBerle. Oh, wait, no. It was in Phantasma, wasn't it? Yeah, the place was pretty tough to deal with. But I'm so happy to see you've been doing well since then, Oliver, Prince Olivert. Phantasma. And it warms my heart to see what a delightful young lady you've grown into. I'm certain it's been causing dear Agate no end of trouble. In fact, I'm told you ran into him in Sutherland. I've heard all about your previous set of field exercises. Thank you for dealing with the requests. On behalf of the Imperial government, the old Class 7 and Agate helped out a lot. Entire branch campus too, led by Kurt, Una, and Altina. Instructor. I had heard that you joined Class 7, Kurt. It truly seems to be a good fit for you. I never expected Cedric would have done such a thing. He is sort of like, yeah. How are they going to address this? Princess. So you heard. Alright. You two are the older siblings of that snobby prince guy. Oh dear. That's a little too disrespectful, and this is me talking. Well, I certainly cannot argue the point, unfortunately. Let me say this, Rean. See, again, this is why he's such a good character. It's like, it just... But you know. You as well, Kurt, given what your family has been through. We sincerely apologize for his actions. No, please, don't trouble yourself over it. My father, brother, and uncle have all accepted it already. I am so lost. You don't have to worry about me either. If anything, I was just surprised how much he grew in such a short time. When did he stop being like that? Around summer of last year. See, this is the thing, it's like... What is actually going on with him? Because I'm suspecting it's something to do with the Vermilion Apocalypse, but it may not be, so it's sort of like, I don't know. After he was unable to attend the summer festival due to illness, it was as though he changed into a completely different person. But what was the illness? Was the illness caused by the Vermilion Apocalypse? I don't know. There's many options here. Bleh. He grew taller and stronger. Were that it, he would be fine, but he also became much more forceful. Our mother was worried about him too. We can only assume it was due to the influence of that man. Oh no. That man. It seems you've been trained well. Indeed, thank you. Chancellor Osborne, of course. Recently, Cedric's begun to look up to him. Goodbye. Eh? Isn't he the one they call the Blood and Iron Chancellor? He's the one who planned the whole annexation of Crossbell. To be fair, he has always admired the way the Chancellor has done things to some extent. If the Chancellor played a part in helping Cedric recover and grow, then he has my thanks for that. I have no doubt Cedric will learn to control that forcefulness of his one day. See, this is why I think the idea of becoming his instructor would actually be a good idea, because if you can just temper him, just make sure he can use that forcefulness correctly, it could be such a good thing. Because forcefulness is not bad. It's how it's applied. That's the important bit. Kurt, Rean, please watch over him for me. Olivert. Yes. Of course, Your Highness. Sounds like there are some complicated things going on. I mean, have you paid attention to the series you're in, Tita? I've definitely got a better impression of them now. It's clear they both care for their little brother a lot. Might I introduce myself as well? I'm Elise Schwarzer, Rean's younger sister. Thank you all for taking care of my brother. He's the one who takes care of us. I mean, you say that, but you are taking care of him in different ways. I mean, I don't really look up to him, but I don't hate him or anything. What? My word. You're welcome. Though it is true that we are more often indebted to him. I do like Kurt's. My word. It's very, very British. Very British. Same here. He helps me out with his lessons and with Panzer Soldat related things. Is that so? Well, even so, my brother is still very new to being an instructor, so please take care of him. Was that really necessary? Enough playing around, you. After all, you're the one who looks up to Rean the most. Princess! In any event, I was surprised to hear you had joined Class 7, Altina. It somehow felt like it was meant to be. Elise, I'm surprised to hear that. I was under the impression my presence would bring back unpleasant memories given our history. Yeah, You did kidnap her and stuff, so yeah. It's true, I'm not pleased with you for having kidnapped myself and the princess, but I was told you've been helping my brother, so I wanted to thank you. Though you may be his student now, as you continue to look after him. Ali? Wait, what was that about kidnapping? I recall hearing you were a spy for the Noble Alliance, but... Yes, as part of my spy missions, I abducted Elise and the princess. That was also the first time I met Instructor Rean. That sure takes me back. Good memories, good memories. What? It's strange indeed to think that, after all that, you're a member of Class 7 now. However, it's all thanks to you I was able to be the damsel in distress and find myself carried safety in Rean's arms. Princess. So that's how you all know each other. I'm impressed with all the things the class you established have achieved, Oliver. Oh, stop, Tita. You flatter me ever so. I don't even know where to start with that one. But I see now. Definitely acts like a big brother. Elise. She's about the same age as me. My apologies for interrupting. However, it's nearly time for the dinner party. You'll need to prepare soon. Already? How time flies. Understood. Thank you for letting us know. Well, I suppose it is time once more for the sweet sorrow that is parting. I have little doubt we'll meet again soon, however. Thank you for calling us here to talk. I hope your inspection goes smoothly. Please keep looking out for these two, okay, Elise? Yes, of course. You take care of your class as well, Rean. I pray you find success with your field exercises. Yes, one final thing. Regarding the girl with the mint-coloured hair. Well, it could only mean one person in this situation. Are you talking about Musée Ygritte? Musée Ygritte, I see. What about her? She's a classmate of mine. Oh, I see. Princess. Yes. My apologies for bringing it up. For a moment I thought I knew her, but it must have been my mistake. Clearly she went to your school. Farewell for now, and thank you. Clearly. I wish we could have talked a bit longer. Either way, I'm glad to see they all seemed well. Yes, I agree. I'd heard quite a few rumors about Oliver, so I was a little worried. But it seems like he's doing just fine after all. Is Oliver his nickname or something? Well, when he visited LaBelle 4 years ago, he hid his identity and took a different name. See, this is what's going to be awesome for me, because I'm going to be able to spot these little things. It's going to be fascinating to see Oliver wandering around being like, yeah, I know your game, mate. I know your game. What's going on here? It's going to be awesome. To me, he's still the funny, smart, and reliable bard, Oliver. Is that so? So that means you must know my older brother as well. Oh, you mean Mr. Mueller? He and Oliver are pretty much best friends. I had no idea you were his little brother. Well, half-brother. We have different mothers, and frankly, we look nothing alike. I mean, the hair, for one. I hadn't heard that before. Ali? What's wrong? I just started to feel a little bit of regret for what I did to the princess and Instructor Rean's little sister. It was a mission, so I know I shouldn't feel bad, but I see. Altina. Seems like you're growing up too, Ellie. Elise and the princess were both so gorgeous. I can't fall behind. I understand the feeling. Alright, well, you're bothered about looking gorgeous? Alright then. We're all done meeting the VIPs. The party's going to start soon, so let's go back to floor 34. Yeah, understood. I speak to the guard. I hear all of you will be part of the security detail for the party. The prince and princess will be among those attending, so be sure to look your best. Okay, very well. Nope. Well, it seems you're done talking with everyone. Ah, Governor General Rufus. Didn't realize you were on this floor as well, Your Excellency. Oh, no need for that. Just call me Rufus. It's almost time for the guests to be sent to the venue. But I'm glad I ran into you here, Rean. I'd like to talk with you. In private, I assure you. It won't take much time. Well... Sorry guys, can you head back without me? Well, sure, but... Understood.
There are some things we just can't talk about with the young ones here. Come to think of it, I suppose this is the first time we'll have spoken one-on-one like this.
Yes, that's true.
This is accurate. These are facts you are stating.
So, am I speaking to the Governor General of Crossbell?
I mean, there's no one else in this room, Rean.
Or am I speaking to the leader of the Ironbloods?
I mean, there's no one else in this room, Rean. It's sort of like both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Like he operates as both, so...
Ah, the Ironbloods. Gifted children found and taken in by His Excellency Lord Osborne. Mostly the latter, to answer your question. But you forget, I'm also a former member of the Thors Board of Directors. At the same time, my younger brother is one of your classmates. I'm certain there is an abundance of topics we could discuss.
Well, let's begin then.
If you need to leave a message for Eustace, I'll make sure he gets it. We'll be meeting up before too long.
Ah, so you've already managed to meet with some of your other classmates. Not all of them, though, I suppose it must be difficult getting a hold of Gaius and Instructor Valestine.
Palestine. But I'm most interested in Gaius, though. The stuff we've heard about him so far, it's like, I really want to see what's going on with him. Because, let's face it, like, if we're being honest, like, out of all the characters, he was the one who didn't have much going on compared to everyone else. But now he seems to have a lot going on, which is good. It's interesting.
How much does he know?
I jest. Our time is short and better spent on topics besides my brother. What I wish to discuss is your rather fascinating lineage.
Subtitles took their time.
Okay, we've talked long enough. Let's go. I won't let anyone interfere. This is going to be our final battle.
The group's primary member, in fact. Though that secret was, until very recently, kept between myself and His Excellency the Chancellor.
Relentlessly, without looking back. As long as you do, I'm sure.
I'm taking over that phantasmal blaze plan of yours. And my first order of business will be sorting out the mess you left in Crossbell.
Why are you still alive? Crow shot you! You're supposed to be dead!
I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Please, take good care of Crow for me.
But in the end, he couldn't avenge his grandfather. He didn't get revenge on you! Was everything he did, was his whole life for nothing?
Just as you have your reasons that guide your actions, so too does His Excellency. And I believe you factor into those reasons more than you might think.
Rean, I pray you grow up strong and healthy. Oh, Adios, if you're listening, hear me now. Please allow this child. I'm glad to finally see you again, my son. You've grown into a fine young man. Indeed, the Empire will soon know of the Ashen Chevalier, the hero whose brave deeds allowed us to reclaim the capital.
Then, please tell me. As much as I wanted to ask while all that was happening a year and a half ago, I couldn't. What is the Black Workshop? And how were they able to create Millium and Altina? What is the phantasmal blaze plan that Chancellor Osborne took from the Society? And how did you become leader of the Ironbloods?
My lord, it's nearly time.
Wow, our time really was short when you think about it. It's like, right, Rufus just said our time is short. And then, is that I wanted to speak about like his lineage, etc. He said that. Rean had all these memories, yeah, sure, but they happened in an instant from his regard. And then he asked those questions. So it's been like, what, 20 seconds since he said our time is short? Like, knock, knock, knock. Like, wait, what? That time really was short, wasn't it?
I shall be there shortly. I can answer some of your questions. Only His Excellency knows the truth about the Black Workshop. He entrusted the Black Rabbit to me personally. Second, I'm sure Claire, Lecter, and Millium don't know this, but it seems we're being tested. They want to see whether any of us, yourself included, can reach the core.
The what? What the hell's the core?
The core?
What's the core?
In regards to me being the leader of the Ironbloods,
You can't just drop the word the core, well, the words, the core, and then just wander off.
12 years ago, I manipulated my father into sending a Jaeger corps called Arngarm to attack His Excellency.
Arngarm. That's the Corps V from the Imperial Liberation Front was the leader of. He said they were hired by some high-up noble to attack the Chancellor, but were completely wiped out.
I wanted to test him. I wished to see just how capable this commoner Chancellor was, and if he could figure out who did it. Then one day, when I was practicing falconry with your adoptive father, Baron Schwarzer, who should he introduce me to but His Excellency? He had known it was me the whole time.
Well, of course he did.
Are you so bored you feel the need to play with fire? Do you tire of your empty days spent tied down by your family and title?
Yes, I apologize for the other day, but it seems you're aware it was me who sent you that little greeting. The 4 great houses have no future. From here on, I shall consider you my true father, and one day surpass you.
Ha ha! Ironbloods, is it? They say children should surpass their fathers. I eagerly look forward to that day.
But is he referring to Rufus there, or Rean? You know how he is with his words.
And so, that is how I became the first Ironblood.
I mean, he could mean both, but he, it could be taken the other way, and he meant Rean. Like he said, they're being tested, but maybe not all of them. Name of the game, everyone. Name of the game. Later that evening, the dinner party on floor 35 began. Members of the inspection team met with influential individuals from all around Crossbell. So what, you're just watching it on TV? Kinda strange. Just making me hungry, though. Wow, this is so tasty. I sure didn't expect to get the same food as the rest of the dinner party. Sure was nice of him. If only I could find some way to get closer to the princess. Aye, she was quite the looker. The black-haired one was Morin a little cute herself. Morin. Translation on him is fantastic, to be honest. Look at them all. They sure seem to like they're all having a good time. Students don't need to be given such extravagant food. No one does, Michael. No one needs to be given extravagant food. It's a luxury for a reason. Well, we couldn't say no to Governor General Rufus's generosity. It was nice of him to invite you too, Randy. Not allowed to leave the tower, though. But still, it's good to have you with us. Rufus. He's not the type to mess with people. What? Right. So your response here is like, he's not the type to mess with people. I'm sure everything he said is true. Like your memory you just had, he just told you how he was messing with the Chancellor to test him. He is the type to mess with people. He just told you that himself. What? Alright then. Hiring V's Jaeger Corps 12 years ago, becoming the head of the Ironbloods. The connection between him and the Blood and Iron Chancellor was my father, Baron Trozza. So father knew Chancellor Osborne even back then. Indeed. There's definitely more going on between them two than we realize. Does that mean the day he found me in that blizzard, did he find you? Me? What's wrong? You don't look well. Oh, no, I'm okay. I was just thinking about something. I don't blame you. From the sound of it, some pretty heavy stories came out during your special operations missions earlier today. Well, make sure you eat something. Can't go to war on an empty stomach or something. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't just focus on my own issues. The core. Right now, I need to focus on what's in front of me. The students and the field exercises. Oh, Muse, there was something I wanted to ask. Have you met the princess before? Clearly he has. Oh, why do you ask? Well, she mentioned you looked like someone she knew. So I was just wondering. I may have run into her at a dinner party in the capital once or twice. But I hear you're very well acquainted with Prince Olivert yourself, Tita. I believe I've heard your future with that red-headed racer was blessed by one of His Highness's performances. What? Really? Why would Prince Olivert... that guy performed? I don't remember. Why do you know so much, Muse? Yuna's still gloomy. I thought she had brightened up a bit after talking to His Highness, but I'm sure she still has many concerns between the railway cannons and Governor General Rufus. And McDowell, don't forget McDowell in all this. Is that so? What's your guy's problem? You all look crap. Hello to you too, Ash. What do you want? You just look like you've been wandering around the whole time. I was looking for ways to get out of this tower. They don't got any booze here for us, so I was thinking of hitting up the nightlife. Maybe find some babes to enjoy it with. Wanna join me? Sheesh, haven't you been scolded for the exact thing before? And what about that was supposed to make me want to come? Seems like the students are having a good time. They need to be more aware of their surroundings. They should have the mindset that a mission is finished only once you've returned to camp. And the question is, why aren't you at camp? Don't tell me you're just being like, well, the rump will look after it. I would expect better from you, Michael. By the way, the inspection team will be on standby after this until it's time for them to move again. Is our camp going to be okay? I thought you were supposed to be there. There's no need to worry about that. The rump troops stationed there are Dear, dear, the best of the best. We haven't spotted any movement from the society recently. I expect better from you, Michael. I really do. Well, aren't you on top of things? Nope. Anyway, what happened to Majors Claire and Lecter? They are currently on a mission outside the tower. Don't worry about them, just focus on your own task. Got it? Man, everywhere we go, everything's classified. Party should be ending in half an hour or so. The dinner party reached its conclusion without any incidents. Until the guests' houses for the inspection team had been prepared, they were to remain on standby in the tower. You are free to do as you wish. However, you must remain on Fleur 44. If you are called for, you must return immediately. Now break. I need a moment to stop this pot. There isn't a whole lot of time, but I guess I'll take a look around the floor. Ah, good. So obviously, we're going to be ending this part here. In the next part, we'll wander around and speak to everyone. Simple as that. See you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.